Hello. Hello, Facebook. How is everyone on this beautiful Thursday? Y'all know how I do. This is Ruby D, the goddess entrepreneur and the soul speaker. And today I'm going to briefly discuss my blog topic this week, which is entitled Your Comfort Zone, or comfort zone is the same as a coping zone. Of course, you can check out my blog on my website. But with today's topic, I wanted to discuss how everybody has a comfort zone, but that comfort zone is actually a coping zone. Typically, when we think about a comfort zone, we think about a place that we can go to that we're familiar with, where we feel safe, where we feel protected. It's familiar to us. But in our actuality, that's just a coping zone. The place that we go to when we don't want to deal with life situations. We don't want to deal with tough situations. We don't want to deal with people or situations or ideologies that are uncomfortable for us. So we go to what we consider our comfort zone, and we stay there. There's nothing wrong with going there, but the problem with going there is that when you get in your comfort zone, you don't grow. You don't allow yourself to learn new things. You're not open to learning new things. You go there and you find that in this particular coping zone or comfort zone, you find mediocrity. Mediocrity, you pretty much don't allow yourself to grow. You settle. And when you settle, then you end up in this continuous cycle of doing the same thing, getting the same results, and then wondering why you're still in the same space. Wondering why you're not manifesting the things you want. Wondering why you're not growing beyond your situation. It's because you keep going back to what you consider a comfort zone or a safe place. And yeah, it might be safe, but really, is that where you want to be your whole entire life? Even with relationships. Some of you are in relationships that you've been in for years because it's comfortable. Now you really just coping because you don't want to go through having to learn about new people and having to share who you are with somebody new, when this person that you've been with 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, even if you've been together 25 years. Some of y'all have been in the comfort zone for 25 years and don't even want to be there. But pretty much you're in this zone where you're coping because you don't want to go through the hassle of starting over. It's nothing wrong with starting over. You know, just because a relationship didn't work out doesn't mean it's a failed relationship. It's a completed relationship. Whatever you were supposed to learn from that relationship is done. Whatever you were supposed to get out of that relationship is done. The purpose of that relationship has been served. You're still holding on to the relationship, but you're not even supposed to be holding on that long because it's comfortable. Y'all need to stop that for real. Stop that. Once a relationship completes, let it go. It is pretty much that simple. The only reason it's hard is because you're making it hard. For those that are new to following me, or if I recently accepted your friend request, let me give you a disclaimer. I'm just me. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you say. If you don't agree with me, that is completely fine. You are entitled to not agree with me, just like I am entitled to not agree with you. We have a difference of opinion, and that is completely fine. So if you don't agree with this, that's completely cool. Just giving that disclaimer. I'm pretty much straight to the point. I don't do excuses. I don't do, all this extra stuff that other people do. That's not me. So, back to what I was saying. Comfort zone is just a coping zone. Pretty much it is. You're just going back to this area because you don't want to deal with life, you don't want to deal with situations, you don't want to deal with their problems, but you'd rather suffer in a place that you've been for so long as opposed to stepping outside of what you are used to, and not even realizing that stepping outside of what you're used to could be exactly what you need to move forward. Some of you have been in the same spot for the past month, for the past year, for the past 2 years. Some of y'all for the past 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And that's you. You can't blame nobody else but you. Hold yourself accountable. Stop being childish and hold yourself accountable. No, it's not hard. It irks me a little bit when people say, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. I mean, of course you can if you think you can. But that's completely up to you. I can do a lot of stuff because I think I can do a lot of stuff. And I do a lot of stuff. But that's just me. I don't make excuses. I don't mind stepping outside of a so-called comfort zone. Or as I call it, coping zone. That's why some of y'all can't heal right now. Because you're too busy trying to be comfortable. When healing is not comfortable at all. Healing is not comfortable at all. Especially not in the beginning. And if you keep putting off the beginning, then guess what? It's going to seem more and more impossible. It's going to seem more difficult to actually get started and know what it feels like. But that's you. I don't do excuses. And I can't work with people that make excuses. I mean, you didn't find an excuse to go hang out. You didn't find an excuse when you wanted to go. And my apologies about the noise. Actually, downtown just enjoying the weather. But you don't find excuses to do stuff that you really want to do. You find excuses to do stuff that you don't want to do. And you wonder why. You're still in the same place you've been in. But anyway, the blog topic this week is comfort zone equals a coping zone. Yes, we'd like to think that a comfort zone is our safe place, our safe space, and whatnot. But in all actuality, it's a coping zone. A place that you go to when you don't want to deal with life. When you don't want to deal with... Sorry, I was getting a call. But your coping zone is just a place for you to go when you don't want to grow. When you don't want to expand. When you don't want to open your mind. When you don't want to learn new things. When you'd rather deal with the pain of staying in the same cycle and staying in the same situation, as opposed to dealing with the pain that may come from growing. Oh, there is pain in growth, because you're going to leave behind stuff that you really want, or things that you really think you need, but you don't. You're just holding on to it because you don't want to let it go. So that's pretty much all I have today. Make sure you check out my website, www.thegoddessgrind.com, and read the full blog. I can't read everything. I'm not going to read everything to you. But I do have new blog posts weekly. I post them usually anywhere between Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. But check it out. Also, I do offer chakra consultations by text now, 30 minutes and 60 minutes, because sometimes you don't want anybody to see your face. You don't have time to get in the car and drive. And sometimes texting is just more convenient. So if you'd like to schedule an appointment, by all means go to the website, go to my products and services tab, and that'll take you to my booking site, my scheduler. So it was a pleasure speaking with you all today. I'm Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur and Soul Speaker. I will talk to you all next time. Peace.